Hey everybody, it is Monday, June the 11th, and I'm here bringing you another episode of Monday Morning Leftovers, and this is where we try to bring you anything and everything we could have, would have, or should have shared on Sunday morning, but for whatever reason we didn't get to. I don't have anything to add on to our study about Revelation today. It was a lot of information to process Sunday morning. But on Sunday, Suba got up and led us in prayer at one point in the service, and she shared an experience she had this past week where God reminded her that He is her Father. And in that moment when she shared something, God dropped something in my heart that didn't fit in the sermon, but I think it fits today for leftovers. So I had this experience, maybe a little bit different than what Suba had. My son plays Little League Baseball, and I coach his team. And because of all the rain we've been having recently, we've had to make up a whole lot of baseball games in a short period of time. I think we played, at one point this past week, we played 3 games in the span of like 6 days. So it was a constant rhythm of loading everything into the car, driving to the field, unloading all of our equipment, walking to the field and back to the car, and so on and so forth. Well, Chase and I both appreciate a good routine. We're a little OCD in that way. And every time we unload the car at the ball field, we do it the same way. I walk around to his car door, I open it up, I make sure his seat is unbuckled so he can get out, and then Chase gets out of the car and he hangs out right by the trunk where I can see him out of the way of the other parents pulling in and out while I load all the equipment on me. And then when I've got all the equipment loaded up, we walk to the field. For whatever reason, even though we do it the same way all season, like 17 times we've done this, this past Saturday, Chase was having a panic attack when I was loading up all the equipment. And I was like, Chase, what are you all upset about? He goes, Dad, don't leave me here by myself. You're not going to leave me here. You're not going to forget me, are you? I was like, what are you talking about? We've done this 17 times, and I've never forgotten you once. I was actually probably a little irritated. I do realize he's 6 and needs a little grace, but in that moment, I felt like he was challenging my ability as a dad. I said, Chase, when have I ever walked to the baseball field and left you here by yourself? He's like, I don't know. I said, Chase, I am not going to forget you today. I haven't forgotten you over the last 16 games, and I'm not ever going to forget you. I'm your dad. You can trust me. And for whatever reason, whatever irritation I was feeling in that moment came back to me while Suba was reminding us on Sunday that God wants us to know Him as a child knows their father. And I guess if I'm honest, I see a lot of my 6-year-old son's behavior in myself and a lot of the lines of dialogue that happen between God and I. I think I'm oftentimes that kid that goes to God and says, are you going to forget me again? Have you noticed this bill that came in the mail? Have you heard what that person said about me? You obviously are just going to let me suffer. You're just going to let me struggle. You've obviously forgotten about me. Here we go all over again. And I feel God saying to me, whispering into my heart, probably in a much more gracious way, the content of what I said to Chase. God's saying to me, and He's probably saying to you too, I'm your dad. I'm your father. Have I ever not noticed an unexpected bill? Have I ever not noticed when someone treated you unfairly? Have I ever left you hanging when you were in the middle of a test or a trial or a tribulation or a temptation? Have I ever abandoned you? No, I never have. I've got a perfect track record. And guess what? I'm not going to change. I'm going to keep that perfect track record. I love it because, Jesus in Matthew chapter 6, when He's teaching us how to pray, 4 times He reminds us, God is our Father. So I don't know where you find yourself today as you're listening to this little bit of leftovers today, but I want to remind you, God's your Father. You're His child. If you have a relationship with Him through Jesus Christ, then you have nothing you need to be anxious about. He knows right where you are right now. He is triangulating on your position. He knows what you're thinking. He knows what you're feeling in real time. He's keeping good records so you don't have to. And I want you to just relax in Him today. In the same way I wanted my 6-year-old to relax, knowing that his dad's on it, I want you to relax, knowing that your father's on it. So that's my word of encouragement today. God bless you guys. Have a great week, and hopefully I'll get to see you this Sunday at Echo. God bless you.